while most of us were slipping in our night suits and getting ready to enjoy the coziness of our warm beds. There was an entire world just outside, struggling to get their tired bodies to rest on the cold and hard surfaces of the streets. It's winter outside, and they are trying to find the best possible corner to lay down and let another cold night slip by. Just then, a gush of wind from the passing by vehicles reminds them of both the harshness of winter and life. If the last line has hit you hard, it should. But the sad part is, even if we are all aware of this, we hardly find the intent to do something about it, as it's not our problem to solve, isn't it? Having said that, it wouldn't be fully justified to blame ourselves for not having this realization sooner. And that just a little effort can bring about a glimmer of hope in this dark and uncompassionate world. A bunch of my friends gathered and arranged for some blankets to be distributed. We had the clarity to be only reaching out to the people sleeping on the streets with hardly a cover on them and barely any cushion from the cold. So one night we started off with our endeavor from a point where we had earlier scouted and identified locations where people were in need, and not to our surprise, we found many, some alone, some with their families, lying down on the cold winter streets with barely anything on them. We came across many facets of the human emotions that night. Some of them thanked us with their folded hands. Some were shocked as they had bare minimum expectation from the society. But most of them had a pleasant smile on their half-asleep faces, which made all our efforts worthwhile. Yes, we realized that not only was this necessary to be done, but we should have done this much earlier. We also had smiles on our faces watching them sleep peacefully. But little did we know that this night was about to change our whole perspective towards life. Halfway through the night, we came across a person on the footpath of a bridge. And while we were covering him with the blanket, we discovered that he had nothing but the thinnest and the dirtiest sheet of cloth, and has nothing to lay his head on other than his worn out slippers. He suddenly woke up, and while we were telling him to go back to sleep, we offered him another one to use as a pillow. What he told us next got us emotional.
बाबू, तकलीफ मत उठाइए। हमरा न कोनो आगे है न कोनो पीछे, न कोनो लड़का है न कोनो लड़की। न माई न बाप। Both his and our eyes rolled up in tears, and we were left amazed with the amount of compassion he displayed with all the souls in his heart.
Who knows what his story is, or how did he end up here? But he certainly has more to life than some of the richest of the rich. Indeed, diamonds are found in coal mines, and we found one in the darkest part of the city, who made us realize how small we are in life, where all we do is run after money. That one line was enough to tell us pure love is hidden beneath the layers of materialistic needs and wants. Life will go on, but his words will always remain in our hearts. Special mention to a couple of people who refused to take our blankets so that there is more to be distributed to others, as they were content with what they had and at the same time concerned about the others' well being. Truth be told, they didn't have much of a cover on them, but their consciousness is at a greater level to realize that one needs to be selfless even when they have barely anything. And that was again another precious learning for us.
The idea behind making this video is not to brag about what we did, but to share the realization we have felt. It did come across very skeptical to make a video on such a sensitive subject. But even if one of you are awakened by the amount of challenges these people go through on a daily basis, surviving the cold, chilly nights of the winter, then we are winners. So the next time you are walking down the street and notice people facing such adversities, try and do something about it.